Welcome back everyone to Tutorial Thursday, and today's tutorial is going to be on the other Mani Me plate from Maniology's February 2024 box. And it's going to be this cute little mani that can be done on really any length of nails, but I know that some of you would like more inspiration for short designs, so I went ahead and did one with the plate that I hadn't done anything yet. And we will go ahead and get into the products. Okay, so we have MXM 121, which is the non-French tip part of that plate set. And we're going to primarily use this and some stars over here, but we also use this image and the asteroid. And now for the polishes, I used a black polish from Kiss. This one's called Express. I got this at Dollar Tree years ago, and I still see Kiss brand polishes at my Dollar Tree, just not this particular color. I used Smudge Free Top Coat from Maniology and Seche Vite's Quick Dry Top Coat. I used Essie the Best S. It's a light gray. Alright, now we're going to go into the stamping polishes that I used. They're all from Maniology. I used Literary Classic B502. I used Frozen and Retrograde. Frozen is this beautiful shimmery white. It's B316. Retrograde is B363. It's this nice shimmery special effect blue. I used Anthurium B344. It's this lovely metallic pink. I used Fish Scale B476, which in the bottle it looks green, but you'll see that I'm going to be using it over black, so it's going to have more pink. I used Willow B501. It's this lovely green, slightly sheer. I'm using all three of the Moonbeams collection. This one's Expedition Pearl B166, Planet Silk B164. I'm using Kahlua, I think is how this is pronounced, B393. And Curious Matter B165. This is such a pretty one. And Droplet B426. I'm going to need to buy another one of Curious Matter. I'm getting low. I really love Curious Matter. It's such a pretty color. Okay, so on to the design. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the thumb. I'm going to pull out my stamper because I forgot to do that. All right, stamper. And I'm going to grab Retrograde, and I'm going to use this image right here. Let's adjust this because it's not quite, there we go. Now it's level and even. It'll be easier to make sure everything's placed the way I want it to be. This is such a big image too. Okay, so apply the polish, scrape, pick up, and it's going to look very sheer-like. And then we're going to go ahead and line up how we want the image over the nail, like so. And that is such a pretty color. And this is one of their special effect polishes, so it's It's very, very light and actually looks like droplet in the bottle, hilariously enough. But it's very light. You barely see it over white. If you do a couple cuts of it, you can see this particular color, like what's in the bottle. But over black, it changes completely. And over other darker colors, it changes completely. So I'm going to set this out for a second. But to show you, I actually thought it looked... When Droplet came out, I was like, oh god, this one's almost exactly like Retrograde, except when you look at them on the top, you can tell that this one has more cream to it and it's not a sheer finish, therefore it's not a special effect. That's the biggest difference between the two. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to go in with Literary Classic, and we're going to go ahead and pick up this Asteroid. My husband was saying last night when I was planning this, it's a rock. It's a big rock. I like the rock. He was joking around about it quite a bit last night. How he liked the rock I made. It's like, it's a rock. It's a pretty rock, but it's a rock. And then we're going to take the Bestest from Essie. And we're going to go ahead and fill that in. Let's clean this plate. Before I forget to. We're going to go ahead and zoom that in for you guys. Okay. So, here we go. So I find myself kind of in the same position I was this month with the upcoming box. My subscription box is currently in the mail. It has not arrived yet, and I will do an unboxing when it comes in. But I have lots of ideas floating around in my head for this coming month's Marches, just like I did February, so I'm having a hard time landing on a decision. I really love some of the elements that's coming into the box. I like it a lot. Okay, so we're going to set this aside for a second and let it dry some. And should I just go ahead and grab my another monocle? Or do I just take one of my ice cube stampers? Just take one of my ice cube stampers. I'll grab the blue tinted one because I get the feeling it's going to potentially get damaged in this process. So take one that's already kind of damaged. By damaged, I mean stained. You see the blue tint. So it's even more obvious when I turn it sideways, which is kind of scary. This is a prime example of why I say be careful what regular polishes you use with your stampers. Clean Color was the brand of polish I used that I stamped with, and it's not a stamping polish, and this is what happened to my stamper. And it started off as a spot in the middle where it was at, where I used it. I did a Van Gogh mani with it, and this was for reverse stamping even. It was not used to actually pick up the lines, and it spread out and bled around into the stamper. So now my entire stamper is tinted blue from the blue polish. So be careful if you have a polish that likes to stain nails. I wouldn't recommend using it on your stamper because chances are this is the kind of thing that's going to happen to it. So just as a heads up, be careful what polishes you use on your stampers. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, oh, I can transfer this and we can finish it up with Frozen. We're going to go ahead and line up this asteroid up here in this upper right hand corner very carefully. There we go. So I guess I don't need that stamper after all, because that dried enough while I was explaining what happened to my ice cube stamper. And we're going to go in over here and we're going to pick up some of these stars. I'm also going to get a piece of Scotch tape ready because I'm going to need it. Pick up. And we're going to quickly go in and clean up around the edges of the stars and any stars that I don't want, including ones that are incomplete. I don't want ones that are not complete. So that would look kind of odd. A half a star in the middle of the nail wouldn't look right. There we go. Okay. So now that I've taken the stars off that I don't want, I'm going to go on to put the stars we do want on the nail. I'm going to carefully apply stars around the nail. And we may have to pick it up more than once. I'll be honest with you guys. You may have to pick up more than once because it does dry very quickly. I had to do it more than once when I was doing it last night. Yeah, so you've hit that point where it's no longer transferring. So I'm going to have to do this again. So I'm going to just clean the plate, grab Frozen again, and go in, back this up some so you guys can see a little better what I'm doing when I'm cleaning it up. So I realize now that I was off camera. I'm going to go and clean up all the incomplete stars and the style of stars we don't want. And of course, it's all personal preference of what style of stars you want on your mani. There's many different styles. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to line up some of these stars around the edges. And what we're just trying to do is kind of fill in some of that empty space and balance balance the mani out, basically. That's all we're trying to do, is give it some balance. And then when you're finished adding some stars, it'll look something like this. So we're going to go in with our smudge free. There we go. Aside from the quick dry top coat over top of that afterwards to help seal that in, that nail is complete. And then we can move on to the next one. So the next one in the lineup, we have Expedition Pearl and Willow. And of course, Frozen for the stars. So that is the next in the lineup. These are organized here. And we're going to, there we go, move her back. Okay, so now we're going to use this imagery here, and we're going to go in with Expedition Pearl first. I'm going to get my tape ready. So I'm going to need that. And with this step, I've had to move very quickly. So my recommendation is if you are unable to move quickly enough to get it to not dry too much to transfer, you're going to want to use a sticky base in between these layers and use sticky base for each stamping step, because this stuff dries very quickly, and even in the cleanup process it can dry quicker than what you can clean up around to put the image on. So we're going to take and we're going to line up what part of the swirl we want across the nail, like so. This is what it looks like. So Expedition Pearl is what this one is, and it's very pretty over black. And now we're going to go in with Willow. I'm going to keep it zoomed in for this part because I want to show you how I line it up with the other one. We're going to use the same image as last time, but this time we're going to use Willow. And I'm going to quickly grab my tape, go in and clean up around the image, hopefully quickly enough that I don't have trouble with it transferring. Otherwise I'm going to have to go in with the sticky base or restamp. Okay, so we've got our tip And we're going to kind of layer it a little bit underneath, just ever so slightly, like so. Okay, now we're going to go in with Frozen in the same stars. Same process as before, get all the ones that are incomplete and all the ones that do not match what you're trying to do. Off of your stamper. And you may have to stamp more than once, it can happen. And go in across the Expedition Pearl and Willow. And like before, like I said, you are going to potentially need to stamp twice, because this stuff dries really fast. Like ridiculously fast. Come on. And go in with Smudge Free. I'm going to take that one off the bottom. Don't like that one there. Okay, we're going to go in with our Smudge Free. Let's complete that one. I may have to go in with, oh no, it's just a little bit metallic there. It ain't gonna hurt anything. So I may have to go in with the black over that tip of the nail, but it should be okay. Now we're going to go for the middle nail. And these are sized to my fingers, so I can wear these later. So these are specifically for if I don't feel like having reinforcements on my nails and I cut them short. And I do occasionally do that and then wear press-ons for a little while. That is something that I have been known to do. If I have a lot going on and I just can't maintain my natural nails because I just don't have time. Okay, so now we are going in with Planet Silk and Kailua. I'm not really sure how to pronounce this one. I believe it's a Hawaiian name. It came in a bundle that seemed very much so like it was a Hawaiian theme. So I'm not sure how to say that one, but we've got Planet Silk and same imagery as before. I'm going to get my Scotch tape ready. And we're going to go in, clean up the stamper. Of the extra images. Okay. So Let's get that hair off there very quickly. I'm going to go and line this up across the nail like so. And then we're going to take that same image with Kailua. I think it's Kailua. Kailua sounds right. It's a beautiful purple. I love this purple. And I'm normally of a deeper purple kind of person, but I love this purple. It's a very pretty purple. Stamp. Okay. Clean up around the edges. Hopefully I can move fast enough, guys. Like I said, I had problems with this drying so freaking quick last night and not wanting to stamp. Thinner etched ones like this tend to do that. And then we are going to line it up partially over the previous stamp and stamp down, leaving us with this lovely galaxy effect. Okay, so I'm going to go in with Frozen, the stars. It's incomplete. Incomplete. Wrong style. So just like before, we're going to line up our stars across the stamped colors. Like so. Kind of follow the lines. Go in with our smudge free. And that nail is complete, guys. So far, this is what we have. And now we're going to go in on the ring finger, and we're going to have Curious Matter and Droplets. And we're going to take the same steps we did before. So we're going to go in with, I better close Frozen before it gets too thick. We go in with Curious Matter. Go ahead and grab my Scotch tape. Get ready. going to go ahead and we're going to line it across like so. And then we're going to go in with Droplet. Oh. Oh. Try again. Let's get tape, scrape, pick up. Okay. And we're going to go in and layer it like so. Oh, come on. Come on, don't be difficult for me. There we go. And yes, this this stamper has lots of tears in it, guys. It really shows when I'm doing stuff like this up close. I have not retired it yet. It has lots of tears and I still refuse to retire it still. I like using it for manis like this one where I tend to have to press hard because it's dries so quick. It's hard to get it to transfer otherwise after it's been picked up and you're going through all of the modification process of picking up all the images you don't need off of there and so on and so forth. This is actually quite a common thing that, you know, this stamper is used for those kind of things. When I use all those shallow images. Okay. So just like before, we're going to try to make these stars kind of flow with the direction of the little galaxy swirl. Not all these are wanting to transfer. Oh, sorry guys, that was my neck. It's getting really, it was really stiff. I tried to stretch it and it's cracking. That happens a lot. Okay. So we're going to smudge free top coat that. And then our last but not least, we have fish scales and anthurium. Okay, let's pull that up off there so it's shoe. Okay, so we're going to go in with fish scales first. And some of these colors are really hard to see once they're on the stamper because of how sheer they are. This is one of those moments, even retrogrades, another one like that. Okay. So now we're going to go into the vertical realm here. And we're going to go like this. And then we're going to go in with Anthurium. Now this is the one that gave me the biggest challenge, was Anthurium. I do not know why, so bear with me guys if I start struggle busting Anthurium. It is a metallic. It is a full-blown metallic, and whereas the others were more of a shimmer and less of a metallic, and I think that's where the difference is this is an actual metallic, and metallics are generally not friendly to you when you're using one that this images like this. That is the only way to describe it, I guess. You have to move very quick with metallics to start with, and this is already one that requires you to move quick without it being metallic. So okay, so we're going to take and we're going to layer it over top like so. And even pulled up some of the other one. Come on. There we go. There we go. And then we can hide that spot with a star. I told you guys it was challenging, though I didn't have to redo the entire nail this time. We had a lot of arguments last night. Me and Anthurium had a lot of arguments last night. And I do mean a lot. I fought with that for probably a good 30 minutes, just that one nail. It was ugly. We had a lot of arguments. So we're going to go in and we're going to grab our stars that we like with Frozen. Frozen is most definitely one of my staple colors. I absolutely love it for so many different types of manis. That is one that I genuinely would recommend having as a part of your collection because it is so versatile. There's so many different things you can use it for. That is one of my all-time favorites. I could not be more pleased with that one. I actually have 2 bottles of it, and I'm so glad that I have 2 bottles of it because, you know, if they ever decide to get rid of this color, I'd be so upset. I'm not even gonna lie, I'd be so upset, and having extras makes me feel a little bit better. So I cannot complain about having 2 bottles of it. It was an accident. It happens to me a lot when it comes to the polishes where I accidentally order, not realizing I already have it, even with having an app. I accidentally order, because I tend to order bundles. I accidentally order bundles that'll have ones that I've already got and have duplicates. So we're going to line it up to go with the flow of, if I can get it to stamp down, maybe. So we're going to line it up to go with the flow of the color. It's slowly but surely doing it. I'm pressing down, not super hard, but kind of hard, and holding it in place to help it transfer. And I can leave it like this, which I think I will, or I can add a little more. But I'm gonna have to restamp to do it because it was getting too dry to do so. But I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is and not mess with it any further because I'm liable to mess it up. I don't want a repeat of last night. And you guys sit here for 30 minutes watching me fight with it. That wouldn't be fair to you guys, and it would be just an utter waste of time. It looks reasonable as it is. It's one of those moments where I know when to quit because of last night. This is kind of one of those you need to know when it's time to quit. And to stop fighting. So, clean up this plate. Okay. So, there's that. And so this is the final product, guys. And it's very simple. It can be, depending on the colors you use, it can be really, really frustrating, but it's very simple. And, you know, it's a nice little Galaxy Mani. It's not too difficult. And I do love how with plates like this, these special effect polishes can be really utilized and have such really gorgeous effects, guys. Like, look at those shimmers. Straight up, look at those. The Moonbeams collection shining through right there. Like, so pretty. So pretty. So that's how I did it, guys. That's how I created this lovely Galaxy Mani with the other half of the February 2024 MXM plates. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you liked the Mani. I hope it was helpful and helped showcase some of these special effect polishes because I feel like they don't get enough showcasing on how to utilize them. A lot of people tend to struggle with how do I use this polish? What kind of colors? What kind of images do I mix with this? Things like that. And obviously the best way to learn that is to play around with it, but some people don't even know where to start. And last night I probably played around with the colors and the images on that plate for probably a good hour before I even came up with a design, just trying to figure out how I wanted these images to work with each other. And I do have other ideas with that plate on like different things I would like to try. It might be a while before I do so because we're coming up on St. Patrick's Day and Easter. Those are both very close together, so I do need to do those. And I do have another long list of other types of manis that I know people would like to see, like recreation of my Paper Mario Mani. And you know, Fairy Mani, and of course every month when the new box comes out, I do at least one Mani with that. So there's time constraints there. So I will come back to these at some point in time, maybe sometime this summer, but this is the last one for now on the Galaxy Manis because I have a lot more that we need to get into. In fact, I have, I'm going to spill the beans on what the theme of the box is, but it's dragonflies and butterflies for March's box. If you you guys haven't already discovered this through Maniology's Facebook group or Instagram or their site itself, because it is now up showing on their site of what the theme is. So I have a lot of ideas for that, but I do have that coming up, and it'll probably be next week's video for Manny's, because it should be here before I need to upload. So we do have that coming up. So every month, that's one of the Manny's that I do every month is the MXM boxes. So we have that coming up as well. So the galaxies are going to be put aside for now, even though I do like galaxies, but I do have the other themes to worry about and do. So that concludes that. And as always, thank you all for watching. If you're still here with me and you hadn't already left, if you like my content and you want to help support the channel, go ahead and give a like and a comment. If you like more than just this video, you've liked more of my videos, go ahead and feel free to subscribe. I upload twice a week. And of course, another way to help support the channel is if you're already doing an order for Maniology, I have an ambassador code to get 10% off of your order for anything that is not the MXM plates or the MXM box itself. And I get a small kickback. So it's a win-win for everybody. And for those of you who have already been doing all that, thank you. That is a big help. And that even already paid for one video that was to try out products that you guys wanted me to try. So that is a big help by itself. So I appreciate that very much. And I do believe that covers everything, guys. I think we've got all of our bases covered this morning. So until next time, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you all are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever it may be, wherever you're at while you're watching this video. And until next time, bye.